Hello guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Walter Reno. I know perhaps many people are wondering what kind of name is this. Allow me to spell my name today. My name is Walter Reno. That is Waltereno. Walter Reno. That is my name and that is my username in the YouTube channel. For those of us who are watching us for the first time, feel free to comment, share, and like. And allow me to highlight on something that I began on my last previous video. I was talking about why do people do drugs, and I highlighted several reasons why people do drugs in our society today. And having mentioned why people do drugs, I went on to tell you that in my next video, which is the one that I'm doing today, I'm going to highlight on how and what we can do to stop this problem because it is becoming a disaster in our generation today. Let us jump quickly to what can we do and what can somebody do to control and to curb this problem. In my previous video, I highlighted 4 areas from an individual point of view, from an institution point of view, from family point of view, and from the government point of view. And allow me to go quickly to highlight what are we supposed to do. Now that we've known why people do drugs, what are we supposed to do? And I'm going to highlight according to the 4 areas and the 4 institutions that I've just mentioned. Allow me to go to the first level, that is an individual level. What are you supposed to do? Maybe you are an addict. Maybe you don't know how to get out of this pit and you are stuck in that place. I'm going to highlight what you can do at an individual level. At a personal level, allow me to mention this, and I believe it is going to be of great help to somebody. Once you realize you are in addiction, the first thing you're supposed to do is to avoid people, avoid places, avoid things that will trigger you to go back to addiction. Once you avoid that, then you are in a better position now to move on from that level to another level. Avoidance is key. Avoid people, avoid places, avoid things or gadgets that can make you go back into drug and substance abuse. The second thing that you're supposed to do is to engage yourself with something that will keep you busy, something constructive. Most of the time I like sharing that if you find yourself addicted to something, look for something that will keep you busy so that you don't do that thing that you know has effects and you continue doing it. A good example is you can go for a ride, go for a walk, go swimming, go and find friends who are constructive and be with them. Take your time, stay with them, and you realize that it is going to be of great help to you. The Holy Book says in 1 Corinthians 15:33 that do not be misled. Bad company corrupts good moral. Be sure, once you keep a bad company, you'll be corrupted with that bad company, especially if they do drugs, you'll be corrupted. By all means, avoid these places, avoid these people or company that do drugs, and avoid things like gadgets that can motivate you do drugs. That is my advice to you personally, to an individual who is struggling out there. Please avoid. Secondly, I've just said, just do something constructive. Do something constructive. Substitute that addiction with something else, and it is going to be of great help in your life. Thirdly, and allow me to say this with a lot of humility, it is not easy, but we need God to help us. you need to seek a spiritual intervention. The devil is a liar. And the devil is not our age mate. He knows that once you start, it is going to be hard and difficult to come out. I'm speaking with a lot of love, with a lot of humility, that once you begin, it is a downward spiral. And you know, this is the trick that the enemy is using. I'm speaking as a spiritual leader, and I'm speaking as a social leader. The devil is in the details. We need to be very cautious, and we need to take control of what is happening in our lives. As a young person, as a senior person, no matter the position, no matter place where you are, the devil is in the detail. And allow me to share this because it is very crazy. Have you ever noticed that these bright guys, very bright students, they have good jobs, they have financial stability, they are bright guys, academically speaking, they do well. Have you ever noticed that these are the same guys that the devil will lure into to destroy their lives because they know their future is bright? That is a food for thought. And I believe somebody is going to take note of that and put it down in paper. Because these guys, potential guys, bright guys, tell you, the devil will make sure that they are not prospering. And that is the work of the devil. It has been indicated from the beginning that the work of the devil is to steal, is to kill, and to destroy. Stealing, killing, and destroying people's potentiality. Stealing, killing, and destroying people's ability to perform excellence. The devil, that is his agenda, to steal, to kill, and to destroy. It is a spiritual thing. I know most of you will not believe, but I tell you, Satan and the devil is in the detail. Just imagine, you will find a packet. For example, let me use a packet of cigarette. It has been indicated clearly that consumption of cigarette is harmful to your body. And you know, they know how to read, they understand what it means, but you find it is a different story altogether. The devil is in the detail. Another thing that you can do at an individual level is that you can seek a support system. And that is where we come to the second point. Family comes in. We all belong to a family. And allow me to say this, every family is either affected or infected with this monster that is called drug and substance abuse. Here in my local place where I come from, here in Kenya, at least in every family, every clan, there's somebody who do drugs, or even in every family, there's somebody who is drinking, somebody who is just smoking. We have them. And we need this family to support us. Especially if you come from a religious family, they can be able to pray for you, they can counsel you, they can help you, because they know you and you belong to them. You are their blood. There's nothing they can do. They have to support you. And if you find a supportive family, then you can come out of this situation with the time. Allow me to say, once you find a very good support system, then you are in a better place and you can go far and you can come out of this situation. It is not easy. It is a process. It is a journey. It is a struggle. But I know one day you are going to come out of that place and you are going to enjoy a good life. Again, there is this question that you must ask yourself. Why am I living? What is my purpose here on earth? What is my purpose here in this school? What is my purpose here in this family? Once you know your purpose, and you know that you have to keep a good health, because healthy body and healthy mind and healthy soul is a wealthy body, wealthy mind, and a wealthy soul. Take it from me, take it to the bank. It is real, it is possible, it is happening, and I have seen that with my very own eyes, that once you have a healthy body, and once you have a healthy soul, and once you have a healthy mind, unless you decide to be lazy, you are going to prosper. Now, once you have a very good support system, then you are able to do a lot of things. And once you know your purpose, then you can go far. And never ever let drug and substance abuse, no matter kind of drug, be it narcotics, be it what we call stimulants, steroids, and so forth and so on, no matter kind of drug that you're using and it has effect in the body, you need to find a support system. Allow me to go to the third section. The third section is where we have institutions. I've gone to institution, I've seen this notice that this is a drug-free zone. But I tell you, that is where the rubber meets the road. You will find the drug syndicate, whether it is in schools, high school, universities, colleges, and so forth and so on. You will realize that they say this is a drug-free zone. But what is happening behind the scene will surprise you. The syndicate begins with the peddlers, comes to the students or pupils in the institution. Then we have a syndicate with the support staff of that institution. And then we have a syndicate with the teaching staff of that institution. And don't be surprised, even the administration knows what is happening, but they are just quiet. I pray that one day this institution, apart from saying, yes, this is a drug-free environment, this is a drug-free zone, I pray that they are going to put strong measures to curb this thing. Because through what we call drug syndicate, many people have been lured into drugs. There are several things that you can do in this institution. Number one, we can have these campaigns and to sensitize the institution of the reasons why drugs are dangerous to our students, drugs are dangerous to our dreams, drugs are dangerous to all of us. As I've said, it is either we are affected or infected with these drugs. That is a fact, and we need to work together. It is a collaborative effort. We need to have campaigns, we need to have sensitization on how to stop these drugs, and we need to sensitize the public, especially in the institutions, because they are in a confined environment. They can be sensitized about it. And for those who don't do drugs, they can be the champions of speaking against drugs. For example, in Kenya here, we have the NACADA team. The NACADA team should work with the institutions so that they insensitize and they tell our young guys in the institutions that drugs is killing us and drugs is taking away our generation. I believe this voice is going to be heard somewhere, and I know, having worked with sensitization groups, having worked even with what we call IDADA, with the team that we call Child Education Program, I have dealt with these things and I have seen the effect. I've had testimonies of those guys who were once drug addicts, but they have reformed and they are doing great. Another thing that this institution can do is that they can work with the recovery centers. And we have many of them. Others are private, others are non-publicly, national-wide. You can work with them. They have good information on how to combat this monster. I pray that one day they are going to join hands, come together, and they are going to say, we say no to drugs, and we say no to this monster that is stealing away our generation. Right now we have people struggling with reproduction issues, all in the name of drugs. We have people saying, I don't see the reason for living. Others commit suicide, all in the name of drugs. It is happening in our institution. And as I said, it is a spiritual thing. We need to pray and ask God, help us combat this thing. Allow me now to come to the final segment, having talked about at an individual level, having come to this family level, having now come to the institution level. Allow me to go now to the broader institution, that is the government. We have ports, be it a seaport or be it an airport, and at the boundaries. We have the drug lords, we have the drug cartels, and the syndicate is so wide. In fact, it is being propagated by powerful people in the society, powerful people in government. They know what is happening. They know how to order, because this is a lucrative business. And the end here does not justify the means. We have a very, very big problem in governments. The government know what is happening. They know the processes at the ports and the forwarding and clearing, but they still allow these things to come and to reach the local people. I'm speaking to the government without fear of contradiction that we need to stop. We know the big fish, we know the drug lords, but we still keep quiet. And we see the effects in our generation, in the society today. I'm speaking out to the government. You know what to do. You know the laws, and you know how it can be done. These 4 areas are crucial in combating drug and substance abuse. I plead with the government, I plead with the institutions, and I plead as a father with the families. Let us support ourselves, because we know that this is a collaborative effort and we cannot do it alone. As a spiritual leader, I cannot do it alone. As a mentor or as a coach or a life coach, I cannot do it alone. As a family, we cannot do it alone, because once we solve our things in our family, then we need the society to join us. And in turn, we need the government to join us. It is my prayer that we do things right. The future belongs to this generation, and we need to secure these generations by God's help, and by government's help, and by families' help, and institutions' help. It is possible. We can combat this thing, and we can save our generation. Until next time, feel free to share, feel free to like, and if you have any question concerning whatever I've just shared, from why people do drugs to this point where I'm sharing how we can do and what we can do to combat drug and substance abuse, feel free to share, and feel free to comment, and feel free to subscribe. Until next time, see you. Peace.